What's going on, guys? Getting in the green. We've got a 10-game slate this Wednesday for basketball here. So we got a big one. You know how we do it when that happens. We're going to run through this real quick. But first game of the night, we got Charlotte at Orlando. Charlotte looking at no Rozier again here. PJ Washington is out. A couple good spots here, man. I don't mind LaMelo Ball at 8,100. You know, in games where they're not in blowouts and, you know, competitive games where he's there, he's not in foul trouble, he's been solid, man. You know, 59, 38, 34, 45. I think he can get there for you tonight, so I don't mind LaMelo Ball here. Bridges has been a beast lately. Loving this guy right here at 7,200 tonight. 46, 53, 45. Real consistent. I definitely think he can get you there, so I do like Bridges tonight there at 7,200. Plumlee's not the worst play here at 6,500. And then, you know, Kelly Oubre has just 35, 22, 35. Been right there for you, man. So, you know, outside of that Brooklyn game where some of these guys really didn't look that good, you didn't get a price hike here on Kelly Oubre, and as long as he's starting there for when Rozier is out, Kelly Oubre is a very good play here at 5,700. That's kind of it there for Charlotte. We're going to move into Orlando, and, man, it's tough. I'm not playing too much here for these guys. You know, Suggs at 5,000. I mean, if he could get rid of his turnover issues, he might be a good play here, but, you know, 5'4", I mean, the guy just turns the ball over a lot right now. His minutes have been, you know, mid-20s recently. So I don't really trust him. Wagner's minutes got cut into. You know, I just don't see much here. I'm not a big fan of this Orlando team right now. I do think Charlotte brings the pace here, so there is going to be some points scored in this one, but I'm not going anyone here on this Orlando team. This next game, we got Washington at Boston, and for Washington, Beal is playing, and really what that means is Dinwiddie and Kuzma are nowhere near going to hit their values. They were priced up based off those games where Beal wasn't in, and now that he's back, these guys are not even playable for me. So, look, Beal 9,200 is not a bad spot against Boston. Not really where I'm going. If you kind of want to roll the dice on their centers, who's going to get the better game here, Harrell or Gafford, by all means, go ahead. But for me, this is going to be a pass on this team. They spread it out very well, and, you know, with Beal back, I mean, that guy can dominate usage when he needs to. Boston, on the other hand of this, is an interesting spot here. We do know that it looks like Horford is probable, and when Horford plays, man, Robert Williams and Grant Williams are just non-existent. So I do like that Horford play at 5,800, man. The guy is produced when he plays. I think this is a good spot for him. I like Horford here. And look, on any given night, Tatum or Brown can get it done for you. Kind of got to roll the dice on which one you think it's going to be. For me, I think 10 games, I don't really need to take that chance tonight. So for Boston, it's going to be Horford for me. Atlanta at New Orleans. And, man, you know, maybe some DeAndre Hunter here at 4,700. He is probable again. But just not necessarily getting it done every night. You want to keep an eye on Gallinari, if he's going to play or not. It's still questionable. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I do think this is a good spot for Atlanta, but outside of Trae Young, maybe at 9,000, I'm not going to be playing too much of this team. New Orleans on the other end, man, this team is hurting. You know, you build an entire team around Zion. He's just been out. So when he comes back, we'll see what they've got. But for now, I think Ingram at 8,500 is not the worst spot. But again, I'm just not that impressed with this New Orleans team. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's all the way up to 6,900 now. He's not that value play that he was there early. So, yeah, I mean, this game is probably going to be a fade for me, this Atlanta-New Orleans game. I don't think I have anybody. So we're going to move on here to Indiana at Toronto. Good game here. You know, Indiana, you got Sabonis, you got Brogdon. We really want to pay attention to LeVert here. He is questionable. I'm not sure if he plays tonight, but he is going to be coming back sooner than sooner rather than later. If LeVert comes back, it really hurts Sabonis and Brogdon's usage rates, I believe. Even if it's limited minutes, when he is in, he's going to draw attention. And it would completely negate like a Chris Duarte play, who I do like at 5,600 if LeVert is out still. But if LeVert plays, Duarte is not going to be a factor like that anymore. Turner's been in foul trouble. I can't trust that guy, man. Him and Mitchell Robinson just hack the shit out of people. So, yeah, for me, not much on this Indiana side. Like, if you want to go Sabonis, you want to go Brogdon, by all means. Those guys are beasts. Good spot for them. But keep an eye on that LeVert news here before you do anything there. Toronto, look, Siakam's still out. Van Fleet at 7,800. Not terrible play, but I'm leaning a little OG Anunoby at 6,500 here. You know, when that guy has shown up, he had 44 points in his last game, 37 the game before that. He's starting to play. He plays mid to, high 30 minutes here. And if it's not going to be a blowout, man, he's starting to shoot a little better. He started off real cold to start the year. 3 for 17, 4 for 17. He's come back with 9 for 15, 8 for 17. He's knocking down threes. We know he kind of does it all. Steals, blocks, assists, rebounds. Man, he's kind of all over the place. So 6,500 for Anunoby here in what should be a good game here with Indiana. I like him there. Scotty Barnes, not a bad play. I don't mind it. And then, Precious Achiuwa is just smashing this value, man. 4,900, scored 29, 29, 29. You know exactly what you're getting from him. And, he's right there on the cusp of value every game. It's 37, 30, 28. I was looking at his averages. The guy, when he plays minutes, man, he is a beast. And I think you're going to need him tonight. Especially against Sabonis and Turner and these guys. I think Achiuwa definitely has a great game here. And at 4,900, he's going to make that value for you. Gary Trent Jr., not a bad spot either at 4,800. Since he's kind of worked himself into this rotation, he had a 27, a 21, and a 36. The guy's viable, man. He was a good per-minute producer there in Portland for a long time. And he's looking good in this Toronto offense, especially right now with no Siakam. I do like Gary Trent down here at 4,800. So, look, this Toronto team is a great spot there to kind of build your value around for the night. So, let's move to Miami, Brooklyn. You got Butler, you got Bam. Lowry and Hero. Hero's up to 6,700, which is hard to pay for a sixth man, but the guy absolutely gets it done when he comes in. I'll probably look at a little Hero. I think Bam is in a great spot tonight, man. I don't think Brooklyn has anything for this guy in the middle. Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Claxton, they're not stopping Bam. He's got double-double written all over him, so I do like this spot here for Bam. Jimmy Butler, not a bad play, 8,800. Not where I'm going for my pay-up tonight, though. Brooklyn here, we've got Durant's been just an absolute beast. Harden's really struggling with these new rules, man. I'm kind of glad they're here. I'm tired of seeing guys swing their arms into other players and get these, free throws. But, so Harden's a no for me. Durant's been a beast. This is a good spot for him, man. They got something to prove here against a good Miami team. And I just feel like Brooklyn shows up when they're playing good people. So, I do like Durant, and that's it, man. Actually, I take that back. We got a $3,700 Bruce Brown, who's now in the rotation. He had 17 and 22 his last two games. If you want to pay down to $3,700, Bruce Brown's not the worst place to go here tonight. All right, Minnesota, Milwaukee, and this is a monster game, man, for fantasy points. We'll start with Minnesota here. Towns is a beast, 10,100. I still don't think is enough. He scored 70 his last game out against New Orleans. 38 in a real weird game against New Orleans before that. And a 55 there against Houston. Against Milwaukee, man, Towns, I think, brings his A game here. I like him in this spot. 10,100 is not a bad pay-up. The other one's Anthony Edwards at 7,700. Has been over 40 every game. man, I like this guy here. He really called out his teammate, which I don't know if that's the best move for you, being so young. But he called out Russell, who I really hope Patrick Beverly. It looks like he's playing tonight. Beverly on the floor helps Edwards, helps Towns. Russell's been struggling, man. He shoots too much. I've never been a Russell fan. I think this guy's a bum. So I'm on Towns. I'm on Edwards tonight. And that's it for this Minnesota team. Milwaukee, on the other hand, we got Giannis. Can't go wrong. Middleton at 7,800. Hasn't really gotten there for you, man. So I don't know if that's where I'm going. They've got the three guys out still: Holiday, Lopez, DiVincenzo. But I will say Bobby Portis should maybe be back tonight. He's probable now. So like Bobby Portis and Ojale. Is Ojale going to play here? Probable as well. Really what I think this just confuses the rotation up for them, man. I'm not going to touch Connaughton, Nwora, Allen. Portis isn't a bad play, but I want to see his minutes first. So for Milwaukee, it's going to be Giannis or bust for me, even with that good spot there against Minnesota. All right, we got Lakers, OKC, and I'll tell you, this is the one you really want to wait on news. We've got LeBron has already been ruled out of this game, but what we're going to do here is wait on the AD news, because if AD is out, it's going to open up some interesting spots. Already with LeBron out, though, Westbrook's a must-play. Playing his old team, man. Looked good last night, controlling the ball. Almost had a triple-double, 2 assists shy. Scored 64 fantasy points, and he's only 9,300 here. I'm going to be smashing Russell Westbrook tonight. I played Carmelo yesterday, and he sucked. So, look, I'm not playing that guy. Malik Monk's interesting. He kind of moved into that starting role there, and he scored 26 fantasy points, played 39 minutes. I know it was an overtime game, but I do like Malik Monk at $3,700 today. I think that's a great spot for him. If Anthony Davis plays, I think Anthony Davis is a great spot here, but I don't think he plays, man. It's back-to-back. He looked injured. He's banged up. I think he wants the night off. I think OKC is the kind of team you take that game off with, even though they're not playing the greatest basketball yet. I think the Lakers are confident in resting Davis here. And if Davis rests, you got to decide who you like better, but Howard and DeAndre Jordan are going to split 48 minutes. Both these guys produce when they play. One of them, either $3,500 or $3,200, is going to crush their value tonight. They both might crush value tonight. But I do like those centers there if Anthony Davis is out. We're going to wait on that news, though. OKC, Shea, 7,100. Still not that expensive, man. For a guy that when he gets rolling. Had the Warriors yesterday. I know it's a back-to-back. He's only scored 40 there. But he scored 30 points. He just didn't do the auxiliary categories very well for you. But, for the most part, this guy gets rebounds and assists. And, back-to-back 29, 30-point games. I think Shea is a smash spot here at 7,100. He's $1,000 cheaper than he was yesterday. And the guy scored 30 points. I'm not too worried about the back-to-back. I think they battle here with the Lakers. I like Shea's spot here. I'm trying to look else. Not much else I'm liking here for that OKC team, though. So it's Shea or nothing there for OKC against the Lakers for me. Sacramento at Phoenix. We've got Sacramento, who's completely healthy. I think Fox and Barnes are a little too highly priced here, man. I do like Rashawn Holmes at 5,900. 36, 29, 45. He really can get you blocks, rebounds, point. 2 double-doubles already this year. At least 2 blocks in every game. I like Rashawn Holmes, man. 5,900. I think that's a good spot for him against a Phoenix team. They're going to need to play him against Ayton. So I do like the price there on Rashawn Holmes. And that's about it there for that Sacramento team. Phoenix, on the other hand, we've got just a balanced team, man. Nobody plays too many minutes. They spread the rock around. I think Elfrid Payton might be the most popular play on this entire card at $3,000. He scored 28.5 fantasy points, and that was really his first game action, but that was a blowout there against Portland. And we know Payne is out with that hamstring injury. Yeah, I think Peyton's the backup point guard here, man, but I think it's a competitive game, and I'm not sure he quite gets there for you. But look, at baseline $3,000, and you want to put together a little better lineup, I will be playing some Alfred Payton tonight, but I do want to see what kind of usage comes in on that guy. All right, next game, Memphis, Portland. Memphis, you got Ja Morant, 9,600, but I mean, the guy has been getting it done. 65, 43, 57. You're kind of hoping for that 60 spot here tonight, and it's not a bad place for him against a Portland team they don't have a guard to kind of stop him at the rack. So they also don't have an interior presence. I'm not worried about Nurkic kind of getting in this guy's way. I think Morant might have his way tonight. He is a popular play for me. Jaren Jackson costs too much, man. 6,600. Then you kind of get down to these guards and small forwards. So, I mean, Melton, 5,000 now. But, I mean, the reality is, man, the guy produces 31, 35, 27. His price is going up accordingly. I don't mind Melton here. He's not a must play, but God, man, when you're just getting that consistent production out of a guy at 5,000 or below, you want to take it. With that being said, at $4,800, Desmond Bane, 33, 33, 33. I'll take that all day on a player I'm hoping to get 30 points from. So Desmond Bane, I'm probably going to be rolling out in almost every lineup, man. He's consistent. I think this is a good spot for him. I love some Desmond Bane tonight. Portland here. God damn, man. Damian Lillard. I don't know what to say for the guy, man. I think he's like 2 for 24 from 3 so far this year. I do believe he turns it around at some point. I would never put my money on it until I see it. So Lillard's out for me. McCollum at 7,800. Not the worst spot, man. He kind of got into he only scored 37 because they got blown out by the Clippers. 43 the game before that, 57. He's kind of trending downwards a little bit. I don't think this is a blowout game, though. I think this is competitive. I do like McCollum 7,800. I think it's a good spot for him here. Other than that, man, I'm not playing anybody on this Portland team. And that takes us to the last game of the night, 7:30 start time. Cleveland at the Clippers. Man, I don't like Cleveland's roster, man. Jared Allen's not a bad play at 6,300. A guy that's had a 45 and a 43 already this season. But, against the Clippers, I don't think Zubac gives them too much trouble. But not really running to play this guy either. Garland's going to play here. So you got Garland, Sexton, Ruby. I mean, too many options here. This is a no-go for me on this Cleveland side of things. And then let's get to the Clippers. Because Paul George, man, I tell you every night, man, it's hard to not play this guy. Outside of that blowout where he scored 39 points still, but that's a little skewed. He had 8 steals. He's not going to have that again. But a 58 and a 66 in 2 games that were competitive. I think Cleveland can keep this scrappy and competitive, but we'll see. If they do, Paul George is going to absolutely smash that value. Zubac at 4,800, I know he hasn't gotten there really for you. 20, a 20, and a 29. But I do think they need to play that guy tonight against this Cleveland team with all these bigs. So I think you're going to see a little more Zubac than you're used to, especially we've got Morris out. Zubac's not a bad spot here, $4,800. So I do like that spot for him for the Clippers. So that's where I'm at with these guys. I don't touch Reggie Jackson or Bledsoe. They kind of split a little too much for me. So that's where we're at on DraftKings, man. And let me head over here to Superdraft for you guys. Superdraft's a little tough tonight, man. I'm going to be honest, for a 10-game slate, I was scrolling here for a minute to kind of find good spots for you guys. So let me see what I got here. Let's pull it up. Let's get on some NBA. It's not pulling up. Oh, here we go. What I will tell you is some of those guys that are value over on DraftKings, just their multipliers weren't great here, man. So I'm going to get started with the guards. And up top, man, you got Harden, Lillard, Beal. Don't hate Beal. Don't love him, though. I'm not touching Harden or Lillard tonight. Ja Morant's the first one I'm really looking at 1.15. But, I mean, you take a look at the guy, and, 65, 41, 58. I mean, more times than not, man, he's going to get you there. So I do like it. That 41 scares you at a 1.15, but I'll probably be playing a decent amount of Morant tonight. We're rolling out Westbrook, man. 1.15, playing his old team. I think this guy absolutely puts up a triple-double tonight. I love Westbrook in this spot. Shea Alexander, man, for as much as I like him on DraftKings at a 1.2x, I'm not in love with him here on Superdraft. I would rather play Morant and Westbrook before I go there. Trae Young is Trae Young, man. 1.2 is not terrible. I'm not playing Fox. Definitely not playing D'Lo, Bogdanovich, Sexton. McCollum at 1.3. If you do think they're going to go back and forth here with Memphis, not a bad spot to go. Anthony Edwards at 1.3. This guy, man, 45, 44, 43. I think, you call out the team. You're playing Milwaukee, man. You got to show up. I'll be playing some Anthony Edwards tonight. Van Fleet, Brogdon are always in play. I'm not going to be touching Garland, Powell, Hield, Dinwiddie, definitely not. Gary Trent at 1.35, that's it? No way I'm touching that guy. Davis here at 1.4. Some of this stuff just doesn't even make sense to me. Terrence Davis at 1.4x, like, the guy averages less than 10 fantasy points per game. The fact that he's even remotely close to anybody up here is just, it's crazy. Somebody made a mistake here. Dort, Bledsoe, Schroeder, Graham, Anderson. Hero at 1.5, man, off the bench against Brooklyn. That guy might just get you there, man. He has been a absolute stud. I do like Tyler Hero here, man. He's got the green light off the bench there for that Miami team. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I don't think he gets you there at 1.5 here. Herder, no thank you. No. We're moving down, man, pretty quick here. I'm going to tell you, I didn't see, you got Malik Monk at 1.65. I don't think he gets you there. Cam Reddish, Rubio's not going to be the guy. All right, Bane, 1.8x, man. 35, 33, 35, 1.8x, man. That's about 60 points. That absolutely gets you there, man. Over 60 for Bane. I like that spot against Portland here. And that's, if memory serves me right, man, that might be where I cut these guards off tonight. So Bane at 1.8 is going to be the highest multiplier I'm playing there at guard. Let's move into forwards here, and you got the big dogs as usual. Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis if he plays. I don't think he's playing. You got Sabonis, Tatum. I mean, any of these guys can get you there on any given night, man. I will say, you want to talk matchups, though? Not the greatest matchups for any of these guys. Paul George at 1.15. Don't hate it, man. Like I said, he can get you there. Jaylen Brown can always get you there. Jimmy Butler, I'm not going there. Bam, 1.25x. And I know he hasn't got you there too many times, but I love this spot for Bam tonight. Like I said, Brooklyn's too soft in the middle for this guy. I think he absolutely goes to work, man. 20 and 10 minimum. I do like Bam here at 1.25x. Middleton, Ingram. These guys, Rashawn Holmes is only 1.35x. That's tough to go there, man. I know Superdraft gives you that 3 points for steals and blocks, but, man, only getting 1.35 out of Rashawn Holmes is tough. Gary Trent still, like I said, just as a guard, way too low of a multiplier for this guy. We're scrolling here. OG Anunoby at 1.5, man, I like that spot. I think he's at least 60 points there for you. So I like Anunoby at 1.5. I think that's wrong. Let's take a look here, man. Precious at 1.6. No, thank you, man. It's not high enough. Duarte at 1.6. Really worried about that Karis LeVert news. Nawara, no thank you. Man, maybe one of these big guys here. Dwight Howard at 1.75x if you think it's going to be him. We'll see where, DeAndre Jordan is. He might only have center eligibility. Some 1.8s down here. I'm not seeing much, man, to play really for value. Yep. We're in 2x mode here, and I'm not seeing too much for you guys. Let's go to center, though. And, Davis probably not going to play. You got Sabonis, you got Towns, you got Bam. I like there if you want to put him in at center. But the one I'm probably going to be looking at the most here, as we scroll down a little bit, is Al Horford at 1.55x. That's a great spot for this guy, man. I'm probably not going to confuse this too much. I'm going Horford here at center. And then, yeah, man, if you want to put a Sabonis or Towns in, not the worst spot. But for the most part, it's going to be Al Horford at center here on Superdraft. Look, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see what we can do for you guys.